What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Oketra. Boxbreaker, god of all kitty cats, god of meows, god of the catnip, god of I'm going to knock your bottle of water over when you're not looking and spill it out everywhere and play with the water and then be disinterested in it and walk away. That's what my cat does. We're playing Oketra the True. Ooh, playing its Phenax, god of deception. Yeah, I like that. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got double planes on this one. And it doesn't really go anywhere really. Yeah, let's go and mulligan on this one. Not super wild about this one. Yeah, this is okay. Mishra's Factory, Amera, Plain, Sunset Pyramid, Oketra's Monument. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. It's not too bad. Spectral Procession. 3 tokens on the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, that'll turn us online for definitely some creatures. Let's see if we can't hit. I'd like to hit some more mana or some sort of artifact ramp from there and kind of go from there. But yes, welcome to some Oketra. We are playing Oketra the True. She has double strike, indestructible. Oketra the True can't attack or block unless you control at least 3 other creatures. Then for 4 mana, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance. Playing its Phenax. I'll cover Phenax in just a second. Let's go and make the land drop for the turn. Kick it over to us if our opponent decides to. But yeah, I always enjoy playing against Phenax. It gets kind of, it gets out of hand pretty quick once you get Phenax online, but it's always a nice little race to try and beat Phenax. Drawn to another plane. Let's go and get Amera down. And anything else, we're going to go pass the turn. We're playing against Phenax, God of Deception. Indestructible, Devotion 7 turns into a creature, black and blue. And then creatures you control have target creature puts the, not target creature, that'd be pretty cool. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into their graveyard, where X is these creature's toughness. So, got to outrace the mill. Ooh, Dust Mantle. Guild Mage. Hey, what's up, man? And then kick it over. We have to watch out for Mind Crank. That's going to get pretty gnarly. But, to be honest, though, activating Dust Mantle Guild Mage and then activating Phenax is, might be enough to kind of help close it out. Sometimes it's pretty gnarly. Let's go and get the planes down. And then let's go ahead and get down the Sunset Pyramid. That sounds pretty good. Than anything else. We're going to go and close the turn, pass the turn. Yeah, so with Sunset Pyramid, if you're playing mono white deck, there is not, it is slim pickings as far as getting any sort of card draw. And so whenever they spoiled Sunset Pyramid, I was like, well, hey, it's something we can kind of sink our mana into. So it enters the battle with 3 brick counters on it. Then for 2 mana, remove a brick counter from it, draw a card, and then for 2 mana, scry 1. So, oh, and they've got the Minecraft combo online. All right, man. Alright, so we'll be able to go for Palace Jailer, but what we do need to watch out for is once they get to 3 mana, they will be able to activate Mindcrank and go for the actual combo win. So let's see what we can draw into. Hopefully we'll have some sort of answer off this one. Draw into it Plains. I think that's... We need to get down Mishra's Factory, actually. Yeah, let's get down Mishra's Factory. Yeah, so we go for Mishra's Factory, and we block on Dismount. Well, actually, if they make the land drop, it's actually going to be a good game, because they can go for the activation in response to us going for the Mishra's Factory blocker. We'll still go and pass it over our opponent, but it might be a good game on this one if they end up going for it. Yeah, I've played a lot of Mindcrank, and I know what's going on this one. Yeah, so they swing with Dust Mantle Guild Mage. They go for the activation. The activation resolves, and then once we block with the Mishra's Factory is going to die. Goes to the graveyard, gets the combo rolling from there. So let's see if they're going to kind of push the combo on this one. Okay, going for Mind Stone. All right, I'll take that. And they will definitely chump block on the Dust Mantle Guild Mage on this one, because they're not going to have 3 mana to go for the activation. We live to see another day on this one. But yeah, Mindcrank in Modern. If you're new to the channel, I've played a lot of Mindcrank in Modern, and I haven't put a deck tech out on it because it's been like my pet deck. I haven't been able to get it to a final position or final place that I'm really happy with, and unfortunately, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to think how to describe Mindcrank. It is just, alright, swinging it for 2. And actually, since they did tap out, they can't go for the activation on this one. We're actually just going to wait and go Palace Jailer, because we're going to be able to exile that until the opponent becomes the Monarch. So I think I'm okay with that one. Is that what we're going to go for? Then we could go for, yeah, we'll go and let that come through. Swinging it for 2. It's going to put us down to 26. Get that the Mindcrank combo coming across. And they'll be able to go for the Sunset Pyramid activation. I like that. Yeah, let's go for that. Sunset Pyramid, remove a brick counter, scry 2, draw a card. And I love the art on Sunset Pyramid. Looks really good. Draw into Skull Clamp. Okay, that's not too bad. Draw into Elspeth. Let's go and get the planes down. Let's go for the Palace Jailer. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll be an Exile Dust Mantle. Make sure we get Dust Mantle off the battlefield. Get out of here, buddy. Become the Monarch, and then let's go and exile that creature. And with the Palace Jailer, we're going to exile it until an opponent controls. Yeah, enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until an opponent becomes the Monarch. So they're going to have to become the Monarch now to get back the Dustmantle Guild Mage. So we're going to have to watch out for that, because simply any sort of activation will go from there. Anything else, now we're going to go and pass the turn. So we do have 4 mana. We're going to be able to get the plains down. I'd like to get down Oketra's Monument before we actually go for Oketra. That way we can at least get another body on the battlefield, and it'll be a nice little white warrior creature token with vigilance. We can actually use that on Skull Clamp, which really kind of accelerate our card draw from there. Draw an extra card off the Monarch, and also Palace Jailer. If you're building a mono white deck, Palace Jailer is a really good card for the deck in that you can kind of become the Monarch, and if you can kind of sit back and really hold your position, get some really nice card draw off that. So, as far as next turn goes, we have 4 mana, which will be online for Thran Dynamo, and we can tap out for Oketra's Monument and still get down the plains and go for Skull Clamp. So, more than likely, that's exactly what we're going to go for. We'll see what we draw into if we're going to go from there. And then outside of that, we can go for Oketra or simply get down to Elspeth and kind of start slowly kind of getting some nice little warrior soldier tokens on the battlefield, and then equipping the Skull Clamp and kind of go from there. If this is your first time seeing Oketra, this deck's a little bit, it's kind of like half and half, split down the middle. It's Oketra Voltron pieces, which unfortunately we don't have any of the Voltron pieces in our opening hand right, or not opening hand, but in our hand right now. But outside of that, we have some nice little put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's. Okay. Outside of that, we have some nice little token support in here and some stuff, just value cards like Skull Clamp and Anointed Procession to get some really stuff going. The only thing I don't enjoy about Oketra, and Oketra has actually become one of my favorite decks recently, is that the 4 mana ability, create a warrior creature token with vigilance. They're not cat tokens, and that really bothers me. I don't know why. I just remember thinking, like, I saw Oketra, I was like, that's really cool. We can build her, and then it was just like warrior creature tokens. I was like, no, man, she needs to make cat tokens. So, yeah. Other than that, Oketra's a lot of fun. It's kind of like there's some certain commander decks, like the Locust God. You get down the Locust God, throw together some wheel effects, and then more than likely you're going to win the game. But it's still fun to do that sometimes, because it's really fun to go really fast with the Locust God. Oketra is one of those decks to where you're not going to get any free wins. The wins are not going to fall on your lap. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, we just drew no wheel effect and just made 20 Locust insect tokens with haste. With Oketra, you've got to get her down. You've got to turn her online with at least 4 of the creatures on the battlefield to kind of get that going. And so she's a lot of fun to play. And their opponent's got a nice little board state going. They have Mind Stone, Dimir Signet. So we'll see if they're going to actually get down Phenax next turn. That would be something then go for the Junk Troller. But we do need to find a way to deal with Mind Crank. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's get the plains down. Don't think we want to swing in with the Palace Jailer. Yeah, let's just do some setting up this turn. Let's go Thran Dynamo. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be able to get down the Oketra's Monument, which will give us a reduced cost to Oketra, and then we can actually get down the Skull Clamp and kind of get some nice little value off that. And drawing into Pariah is really nice. All damage will be dealt to you is down to Enchanted Creature instead. So that'll kind of help us in the aggro matches. Now we're playing against Mill. Usually Pariah is one of those cards that if they don't have any sort of artifact answer, you're going to be able to kind of close it out from there. But with Oketra, with Pariah against Mill, Mill's just kind of like, oh cool, that's cute. Be able to push past that. Alright, get down the Skull Clamp. Anything else that we're going to go for? No, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we have a nice little board state developed. We have Oketra's Monument. It's going to make Oketra cost 1 less. So we're going to be able to get her down for 3 mana and get a little warrior token on the back end if we want to use Skull Clamp. We still have Pariah to get that down to kind of stop any sort of attack coming across from our opponent, which is really nothing out there right now. Or we also have Elspeth, Sun's Champion. So if we want to start getting some soldiers on the battlefield, kind of start grinding it out that way, we might go for that. But outside of that, we have a nice little board presence. We have the Monarch token, so we're going to be drawing some extra cards. And if we have any extra mana, we can start sinking into the Sunset Pyramid. Just kind of get some nice little extra value off that. Hopefully, we just don't die to the Mind Crank combo. But if we do die to the Mind Crank combo, I'm going to go and post it up because, man, I love that combo. Which actually, I'll kind of explain my love-hate relationship with the combo itself here in a second for our opponent will kind of pass it over to us. Okay, got the Monarch trigger. I'm going to draw a card. There we go, drawn to Rogue's Passage. That's actually not too bad in a match like this. We can kind of push through Oketra. The only thing we're missing with Rogue's Passage is we don't really have any sort of our Voltron pieces. You know, something like Sword of Fire and Ice or Sword of Feast and Famine. That's some of the pieces we have in here. We also have Loxodon Warhammer. Uh-oh. Alright, Alter the Brood. Alright, so now They might be, yeah. If they can find some way to deal with the Palace Jailer, that's going to be another way for them to kind of turn the combo online once they do it in response to that trigger. So basically, with Altar of the Brood, whenever a permanent enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into their graveyard. So once they get rid of Palace Jailer, they'll be able to go for that. Okay. We finally have Phenax coming down. There'll be Altar of the Brood trigger coming across. So we need to get some stuff going. Because if just any sort of, some sort of remove for Palace Jailer kind of turned it online. Or if we can draw into some of our artifact removals. Something like, I think we have Return to Dust or Disenchant in here. I can't remember, to be honest. Sometimes I skimp on that stuff, and there's situations like this where I wish I didn't. But that happens sometimes. All the spikes out there just gritting their teeth like, do you not have any sort of artifact removal in here? I may not. Sometimes I do that. I like to feel magic alive. Alright, it is what it is. Selfless Spirit. Ooh, beautiful. That's a nice draw. That'll give us some protection for Palace Jailer. And we can chain some stuff together that catches Monument. Let's go and get down Rogue's Passage. Let's get down Oketra. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then 1 Plains. Get a nice little warrior token on the battlefield. And at this point, if we're going to go for Elspeth, we can actually kind of start skull clamping some of these little warrior creature tokens. We can start skull clamping them, drawing some extra cards, and then we can actually go for Elspeth next turn and get those soldier tokens on the battlefield to kind of make sure we turn Oketra online. So I think we might end up going for that. Let's get Oketra down. And if we do draw into something like Anointed Procession, then we can really start cranking out some creatures with the activated ability off of Oketra. Alright, Oketra comes down. Let's go for Selfless Spirit. It's going to cost 1 white. Get a nice little warrior token. And the good thing about Selfless Spirit is we can sacrifice it and gain Indestructible to end of turn for our creatures. So Oketra does have Indestructible, but at least it'll protect Palace. Let's re-rack on that. Palace Jailer. There we go. Let's go Skull Clamp on the war. Actually, let's go ahead and... Do we need to get Pariah on Oketra at this point right now? They don't really have any creatures out there. Yeah, let's just go Skull Clamp first. Let's go Skull Clamp on the warrior token. We'll be able to draw 2 cards off that one. Okay, Aura of Silence. Oh, beautiful. Let's go and get the Aura of Silence down. I can, like, relax getting Mindcrank off the battlefield. I feel so much better. Okay, and we're just immediately going to go do it now. We're going to keep Mindcrank away. I have major respect for Mindcrank. So, I'm going to crack that, get that down, and then we'll probably use this last one to equip on the warrior token on the Mishra's Factory. Okay, draw 2 more cards. And if you're building Oketra, you definitely want to go for Skull Clamp, because if you're running any sort of... Oh, draw the Mutavault. Okay, that's pretty good. Anything else we can go for? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. We can swing in with the Palace Jailer if we want to, but just going to run into the Junk Troller over there. And then, yeah, we'll go and pass the turn. So, now, Mindcrank combo, story time. I played Mindcrank combo in Modern probably for about 1.5 years straight. And, if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, hopefully we can survive the Junk Troller off Phenax. We'll try. But if you've been a long-time subscriber of my channel, like I started my channel probably like 3 years ago. I did it for about 2 months, and then at the same time I was doing my channel, I was playing a lot of Commander. I was really getting into Modern at the same time, and so I put my channel on hold so I can learn Modern. And I played a few Modern decks, but then I just found the Mindcrank combo online, and I just became infatuated with it. Praetor's Grasp, search for a card, exile it. Yeah, that's okay, go for it. I'm playing mono white, so we'll see what they want to search up on this one. There's nothing really, even if they get down Chromatic Lanterns, probably not much they would really want to go for off that one. But yeah, so I spent 1.5 years playing Mindcrank, and when I say that, like, I mean that. Like, I'd play Mindcrank in the mornings, Mindcrank after work. There was a time where I just didn't play Commander for about 1 year, and it felt weird to kind of go back and play some of my old Commander decks, just because I hadn't played the Commander format in so long. But went really deep on Mindcrank. I Sultai Mindcrank, Esper Mindcrank, Grixis Mindcrank, Mono Blue Mindcrank, Splashing Black for the Dust Mantle activation, Heavy Discard Mindcrank. I mean, just any version of Mindcrank that you can think of, I went for it. And I just wanted to make it work, and it's a fun deck. You can also go Weir of Invention Mindcrank, where you're going really heavy artifact stuff like the Mox. What is it? It's the Mox in Modern. I can't remember the name of it. the one in Infinity. So you can go for a heavy Weird of Invention build where you can kind of search up that one and kind of go for that. It's a fun deck. I love it, and I take it to Friday Night Magic every once in a while. But I just tried to live the dream for so long, and then finally had to get to the point where I was like, hey, you know what? Mindcrank, maybe it's just not that good. Finally had to talk myself down. We do have Shrine in the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 4 Devotion. So I think, yeah, let's go and get down Shrine so we can add a little bit more mana to our mana pool. Let's go and go for Elspeth. So we're going to tap out to that Devotion wide on this one. It'll be 1, 2. It's going to be 4. Let's go for Elspeth. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then tap out for 1 more. We do have Hero of Bladehold if we want to go for that. The only thing they have out there is Junk Troller. And let's go ahead and create the Soldier tokens. Get those on the battlefield. I think at this point, if we're going to close the game out, we really need to start pushing some damage through. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap out for Rogue's Passage. It's going to keep us off Brave the Elements. We have Selfless Spirit out there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go Rogue's Passage on Oketra. We're going to tap out. We're not going to have Brave the Elements, but we need to get something going. That's going to be 6 commander damage. At least that's going to be 6, 12, 18. That'll be like a 4-turn clock we can get going. And then we can also swing in with the Selfless Spirit because I only have essentially 2 mana up right now, nothing with the reach. So let's go and swing in with the Oketra, swing in with Selfless Spirit, and we'll just hold off on the Palace Jailer at this point. Okay. Swinging in for 3/6, it's going to have Double Strike, unblockable, can't be blocked. The Oketra God sneaking its way into our Phenax's little mine cave over there, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be 6 total commander damage, and then the Selfless Spirit swinging in 2. Alright. Alright, now we are sitting at about 60 cards in the graveyard for the mill fans out there. I know you're sitting there keeping track, seeing if Jolt's going to get milled out. We are sitting at 59 cards in our library, so as far as the Junk Troller activation going forward, we do have to watch out for that. Draw another card with the Monarch trigger. See what that is. Sword of Vengeance. Okay, beautiful. That'll really kind of help us push together another clock. So that'll be Oketra to make it a nice little 5/6 body. So that's going to be 10, actually 16 total commander damage. Kind of increases our clock up to at least 2-turn clock with Oketra swinging across. So I like that. And if things get a little bit hairy, Oketra does have Indestructible. We can always go for Wrath of God to kill the Junk Troller and give our creatures Indestructible. That's something we can also go for if we want to swing in, kind of push past the Junk Troller. But we might start swinging in with the whole crew, especially since it's just a 0/6. So let's see what they want to go for. But yeah, Mindcrank. Spent a lot of time playing Mindcrank, man. It's still to this day, it's my favorite deck to play, and I love it. I'm going to put a video out of it on the channel. I need to find a good build for it. I like it too much not to be playing it anymore. Let's go ahead and let's go plus up. Do we need to plus up on Elspeth? Let's see. Let's go for the Sword of Vengeance. I like that. Let's go Sword of Vengeance. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. I was going to get that equipped on Oketra. We can equip it for 3, 2. Let's go Mishra's Factory. Actually, Devotion's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually some pretty good Devotion. Let's go Shrine on this one. Devotion blue, white. It's going to be 6 total mana. Let's go ahead and we do need to make the land drop for the turn 2. Let's get down Mutavault. Get down Mutavault. Let's go for the Sword of Vengeance on Oketra. 1, 2, 3. And that still gives us just enough mana to go for Rogue's Passage to give it unblockable. Yeah, I do like that. Let's pick target creature can't be blocked, Oketra. It'll be 1, 2, 3. And we'll go and tap down the Mutavault. Okay. And I think on this one, we're still just going to go ahead and push in on this one. I like pushing in on this one. If they want to get back Dustman, well, we'll hold off on Palace Jailer, just in case there's some sort of weird flash creature. Let's go and swing in with Selfless Spirit, and send the Soldier tokens in. We still have an Elspeth activation to go for, too. And then we have 3 mana, so we can actually go Brave the Elements and go for a nice little Sunset Pyramid draw on this one. But yeah, you know, you've played enough Dustmantle, or at least I've played enough to know that you can definitely win some games going for the activated ability. And in fact, I'll kind of tell you about this one game we played here in a second. I played against Lantern Control, and it was at a Friday Night Magic. We just got into just junk time, and I loved it, man. It was a lot of fun. All right, swinging for 5 strict, Trample Haste. That's going to be put them down to 17, and then 18. Okay, let's go and go for Elspeth. Get those nice little soldiers on the battlefield. I guess at this point, instead of going for Sunset Pyramid, let's go for a Skull Clamp on one of the tap soldier tokens. Draw 2 cards. Make sure we leave up one more mana for Brave the Elements to give ourselves some nice little protection. Secure the Waste. Let's go for one more. I'm gonna go for one more Skull Clamp. Yeah, let's go and go for that. I like that. Draw a few more cards. That leaves Amara, however you say it. I'll be able to draw 2 more cards, kind of discard what we need to get rid of. And at least we're going to be online for Oketra, closing the out with some nice little Voltron Rogue's Passage combat damage. Sneaking in through the back door. Okay, draw 2 cards. And then Medallion, and then Hedron Archive. Alright, so we have 10 cards. We're going to discard 3. Let's go ahead and get rid of, at this point right now, we'll go and get rid of Dust to Dawn, because that's not really, well, I guess we could use it as a nice little reanimator spell once we cast it. Yeah, we'll go and hold on to that one. Let's go and get rid of, we'll get rid of Secure the Waste, we'll get rid of Hedron Archive, Pearl Medallion, and then get rid of one more. Hold on to Midnight Haunting. We might need. We'll just get rid of the planes. We're way okay on mana. And then we'll go and pass it over to our opponent. So, at next turn we have the Rogue's Passage activation, which should be enough combat damage. Or we have a lot of creatures out there too. We might be able to kind of get some stuff going through. And then the -7 ability. We're 1 away from the -7 ability. So see what they're going for. But yeah, so I was playing against Lantern Control, and all creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. It's going to wipe us out. Palace Jailer going to get that back. Anything we want to do in response to that? Yeah, we're okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to get around that protection. The main thing is it's going to keep Oketra on the battlefield. And they're swinging with a -4, a -4, so they're not going to be able to deal with Elspeth. We can plus up 3, immediately get 3 soldier tokens on the battlefield, which still put us on Oketra. And then we also have the Mutavault activation and Mishra's Factory, you know, if we didn't have Elspeth, and we can, you know, some other stuff in the hand. So we should be able to close it out. We're only looking at about 2 mana from our opponent. But yeah, so I played against Lantern Control, and I couldn't find Mindcrank. My opponent kept milling it out, and eventually it got to the point to where, you know, I had like 9 or 10 mana. I'm just like, my opponent would activate one of their mill rocks, and I would just activate Dust Mantle in response like 3 times. So next thing you know, like, we're both milling cards, and it's dealing like 3 damage to each player. And it just, I don't know, it just felt good to go junk time on that one. Let's go and get the planes down. Let's go Elspeth, create the soldier tokens on the battlefield. That's going to turn Oketra online. Let's go ahead and let's go for Rogue's Passage. Actually, let's tap down the shrine on this one. Double blue, double white. It's going to be Thran Dynamo. Let's go for Rogue's Passage. Target creature can't be blocked. That's going to be Oketra. And then just in case... Okay, opponent scoops it up. Yep, we're going to give Oketra unblockable, so we're going to be able to swing for 5/6, double strike, indestructible, and that's going to be enough to close the game out with him sitting at 8 and deal enough commander damage, so all in one swing. Oketra swinging in with a nice little Sword of Vengeance. So, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the Mindcrank talk, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.